Imagine, for a moment, the vast, salt-dusted plains of Crate stretching out under a crimson sky. The air hangs heavy with the dust of battle, the thrum of starships, and the grim determination of a dwindling resistance. And then he appears. Not the young farm boy we first knew, nor the Jedi Master burdened by failure, but a figure of serene defiance. Luke Skywalker, standing alone, facing down the might of the First Order, armed with nothing but a flicker of hope and an illusion. It was a moment that simultaneously thrilled and confounded, captivated and divided audiences worldwide. As Luke Skywalker faded into the Force, silhouetted against a twin sunset that echoed his origins, it marked not just the end of a legendary hero's physical journey, but the beginning of a profound debate. His ascension, his ultimate union with the cosmic force, was undeniably a bold, even startling, narrative decision in The Last Jedi. And yet, beneath the initial shock and the passionate discourse lay a crucial narrative purpose, a strategic shift that redefined Luke's legacy and opened new vistas for the saga's conclusion. For many, Luke Skywalker was the ultimate hero, destined perhaps for a more conventional, lightsaber-wielding, triumphant end. His decision to become one with the Force rather than directly engage in physical combat felt like a subversion, a departure from the established heroic arc. There was a sense of surprise, even disappointment for some, at the apparent quietude of his departure. But what if we were to consider this act not as a retreat, but as an ultimate forward momentum? What if his seeming absence was, in fact, his most powerful presence? This profound choice, as explained by director Rian Johnson, was not merely an aesthetic flourish or a provocative twist. It served to facilitate Luke's transition into a different, more potent realm of influence. In the Star Wars universe, becoming a Force spirit is not an ending, it is an evolution. It's a shedding of the physical limitations that bind mortals, allowing for a deeper, more pervasive connection to the very fabric of existence. Luke, in his earthly form, was a powerful Jedi Master, yes, but he was also a man haunted by past failures, bound by time and space. His physical presence, at that point in the narrative, had perhaps reached its natural limit for direct, tangible impact. By becoming a Force spirit, however, Luke could transcend these boundaries. He could, and indeed, continue to guide and mentor Rey in a way that was far more mystical, far more profound, and ultimately far more powerful than any physical presence could afford. We witnessed this in The Rise of Skywalker, where his spectral form effortlessly lifted his sunken X-Wing from the waters of Ahch-To, offering Rey not just wisdom, but tangible aid and reassurance. This was a guidance unconstrained by proximity, an omnipresent beacon of hope. His influence became a whisper in the wind, a guiding light through the darkest moments, directly connecting him to Rey's journey in a way that truly cemented her as the heir to the Skywalker legacy, imbued with the wisdom of generations of Jedi. His death, then, was not an ending to his story, but a transformation. It was a metamorphosis from a living legend into a timeless symbol. A living hero can be defeated, can fall, can be corrupted. But a Force spirit, a being fully integrated into the cosmic force, becomes eternal. Luke Skywalker's final act on Crate solidified his place not just in galactic history, but within the very essence of the Force itself. He became a more potent symbol of hope precisely because he was no longer confined to a specific time or place. His spirit could touch anyone, anywhere, who sought light in the darkness. He became an enduring legend, a guiding star, rather than just a fading memory. In essence, Rian Johnson's creative decision allowed Luke Skywalker to ascend to a higher plane of being, ensuring his continued relevance and power in the final chapter of the Skywalker saga. It allowed him to shed the burdens of his mortal existence and embrace his true destiny, to become a timeless part of the cosmic force, perpetually influencing the balance, eternally present to those who listen and believe. It was a bold narrative shift, yes, but one that ultimately served to magnify his legend, transforming him from a hero of flesh and blood into an everlasting embodiment of hope and the enduring spirit of the Jedi. This profound transformation invites us to reflect on the nature of heroism itself. Is it always about the physical struggle, or can true power lie in the wisdom imparted, the hope ignited, the spirit that endures beyond life? We invite you to share your own thoughts on Luke's powerful, if divisive, final act. How did his ascension affect your perception of his journey and the Skywalker saga as a whole? Let us know in the comments below. And if you found this reflection thought-provoking, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more explorations into the fascinating depths of storytelling.